Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aaron, with Evolution Daily. And one thing that I've been really wanting to talk to you guys about is something that I've noticed time and time again, both with people that I've gamed with, guys on boot camp, guys in the virtual instruction program, and it's the #1 difference between a guy who's intermediate at game at best and a guy who's actually out here crushing it. So here's the deal. You start off and you get a little bit of success and you wonder, how did that success happen? How exactly did I really pull that girl? You're looking at it and you're thinking, well, I said this, I did this, I led in this way, I asked her to go here instead of going there, and it all just kind of feels like, well, it happened. What happens over time is you get more and more strategic. You get to this place where you're now not just winging it and hoping for the pull, but rather you now have a series of systems in place where you're like, all right, if I do this, that's going to make me pull. So you become more strategic in your tactics and the way that you actually go out and handle yourself out in the field. Now, not only that, that's part of what I'm talking about here, but the next part is the difference between going out over and over and over and over and over again and just looking for the one girl that's gonna say yes. Because there is a huge difference between being able to turn girls that are either not into it at all or kind of into it into coming home with you or going on a date with you or meeting up. There's a huge difference between doing that and then again, set. You're down? Perfect. Set. You're down? Perfect. Again, huge differentiation here between actually gaming girls and then just running around and trying to find the one girl that's down. Now, I've laid out for you two of the really big differences between, again, a guy that's not so good in the intermediate and a guy that is actually consistently pulling. I've laid these out for you, but now what's the solution here? What it really comes down to is locking the fuck in. You have these situations where you go in, you talk to the girl and she's not all about you. She's not obsessed with the fact that you're on this fucking planet, and so because of that, because she doesn't give you every little thing that you need, laughing at your little jokes, contributing to the conversation, looking at you with the fucking famous Bambi eyes, and grabbing back on you and reciprocating physicality, you just move along because she's not giving you what you need. Stick in there. I was on the virtual instruction program with one of the latest students recently, and I said to him, dude, when you're out in the field, I want you to pretend that I'm there with a fucking sniper rifle on your head, and that if you don't let that set roll forward for at least 5 minutes, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out. Because you have to lock in. I would say, and this is just a rough guess, that probably 90% of my pulls were interactions that were over an hour long. Now, I know that can seem daunting, especially when you are starting off and you're thinking, but an hour long, Aaron, an hour of me talking to one girl, how do I get in more sets? It's not about more sets. Most of the girls that I pull, the girl that I pulled last night, that was like my 3rd interaction of the night. That's how it goes down because, again, bringing it full circle, I'm not running around looking for the girl that's into me. I see the girl that I'm into, and I fucking have a series of systems in place to get that fucking girl. So I'm gaming way less girls than I ever have in my entire life, and yet I'm pulling way more than I ever have in my entire life. You do not have to do 100 sets in a night. If you're doing 100 sets in a night, your game is off, your game is whack. Get it on point, go through these systems, force yourself to lock in. That should be like the next level. If you've gotten over your approach anxiety, if you've gotten to a point where you're kind of able to hold some engaging conversations, and if you haven't yet, be sure to register for my full-length course, evolutiondailyengage.com. But once you've gotten through these little basics at the beginning, then I want you guys to force yourself. Again, pretend that I'm there, I'm watching you, I've got a gun to your fucking head, and if you don't let these interactions run at least 5, 10, 15 minutes, enough time to actually establish some comfort, actually get sexual, actually get this girl thinking about the fact that, hey, I might actually go home with this guy. This might be one of these crazy nights of my fucking college career, of my fucking late 20s, where I go home with some guy, and it's gonna be this fucking guy. Give her that time. She needs that time. Give it to her. Stop walking away when you don't get every little fucking thing that you need. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you have to do so already, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, I've got a gun to your head. I'm going to shoot you if you don't lengthen your interactions. Peace.
Nailed it.
See, those are the best vids when I'm not like, what should I talk about? We've been talking about this for days.